Hey YouTube, Dread Joker here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my all-time favorite grunt suit. A lot of you might be saying, okay, cool, we're going to be taking a look at a Zaku or something like that. Nope. Jegan. I love this thing. I'm not crazy on the color scheme, but after a while it grew on me. It really did. This is the Master Grade Jegan. I love the simple sculpts on this. It's so good. This is from the Char's Counterattack movie and all subsequent movies and anime after it. This appeared many times in Gundam Unicorn, Gundam Narrative, and also in the F91 movie where, unfortunately, it got its butt handed to it multiple times over because its opponents were smaller, faster, and frankly more advanced. This is the standard version. There are multiple versions of this. For whatever reason, the D-type is P Bandai. I can understand that. It's a minor change. Slightly different head on that side, different shoulder pads, actually different shoulders in general. And the backpack is slightly different. Basically just different armor segments, but the rest of the kit is entirely the same. I don't understand the price hike, especially over on Big Bad Toy Store. The Master Grade Jegan standard release only runs about $40, $45. The P Bandai one is $85 on the Big Bad Toy Store. Can somebody explain that to me? Please. Why it nearly doubled. After shipping, it did double. Also, Bandai, since you've already made the D-type, Stark Jegan when? Please. We will buy the Stark Jegan. I will get a bunch of them. You know why? I want to make a Master Grade Jegan Blast Master. I love the high grade. I don't care what people say. But yeah, starting off, there is one thing I can say, and I did this. I didn't realize I didn't have to do this. There is only one sticker on this. And you can see it. Right there in the head. It's that blue dot. That's it. Everything else is a molded, separated part. All the black lining I had to do myself, and you also might notice some stress marks and fractures up here on the shoulder. Let me tell you the story behind these. So, it gets ridiculously hot out here in Arizona. And if you don't have air conditioning, you may as well just set yourself on fire. It's probably cooler than the desert heat. This happened because of this is one of the strongest kits in my collection. I have tightened nothing. I have done zero repair work to this. Those cracks are the only cracks on this entire kit. And I have been carrying this thing around. Whenever I went to builders meetings, I transported it through the heat. Whenever I went out to fun get-togethers I had with my friends, I transported it exactly like that. This has been bouncing around in a box forever. And those are the only two stress marks. And here's the weird thing. It's the same mark on both sides of the armor. In almost the exact same pattern. It's almost like it's a molding defect. So, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with this. I can live with this. This is a perfect Master Grade. If I can chuck it in a box and transport it through 120 to 130 degree weather and it's fine. You can't say that about a lot of things, especially electronics. Now, for the base stuff, you got this bleach bottle green, well, more specifically, Japanese bleach bottle green. Otherwise, I describe this more as a seafoam green. Then you have bits of red for the chin, the cockpit, part of the crotch. You have yellow here on the crotch, yellow up here on the thrusters. On the front, you have yellow on the legs for the thrusters. On the back for the thrusters, you have gray. You have this some kind of like matte, let's just call it slime green, but turned down. I don't know what shade to call that. It's not gray, it's not green, it's not gray-green. It's somewhere in that area, though. You get the dark gray on the 3 grenades on the hip. You can separate them if you want to, however, there's no point to. They're in there. You also get red for the missiles on the shield. That's right, I said missiles on the shield. They finally thought to weaponize the shield, unlike what the Jegan did and just started loading high explosives into what's going to be taking every hit. That was a bad idea. This one, it's only the sides. So if this thing gets hit and these things go, you can just eject the shield, it's fine. You lose the shield, but it's better than losing the whole suit. I also really love the style of this shield. It's very, I don't know, it looks like a battleship or a surfboard to me. It looks really good. Then you can fold the joint out there. This attaches really securely. Again, I normally have everything you see here connected. For the opening cockpit, this could not be any simpler. It's real simple. Zoom in. Grab the front. Pop it open. And there's a pilot figure of whatever generic Federation officer you want this to be. Or if memory served, Kara also piloted one of these. I know Hathaway did, and Chan did not live long after that. Thanks, Hathaway, for doing something really stupid. But at least you're getting your own movie now, so I think we can forgive you. Moving on to articulation, this is really good. Now, I'm going to say straight up, I hate the hands. These are swappable finger styles, so it's a double-edged sword. You end up with hands that work really good with a lot of weapons, and then you end up with fingers that are just going to be flopping around in a box, and I realize that sounds really bad, but you're going to end up with a bunch of hand parts flopping around in the box, and for whatever reason, the closed fist type, I've never gotten the hand to actually stay together. It does not stay together. So that's why I leave the clenched, or the gripping hand in, and the rifle hand. You only can equip the rifle in the right hand, stupidly, because they never included the left trigger finger hand, although there are leftover parts, and these are all from the Gundam Age Master grades because it's just they reuse the same ones, the same runner. So if you have the Gundam Age Master grades, you can swap the fingers in here and go double guns. But they are not compatible initially with any weapons this have. You have to have compatible weaponry. That's the catch. For articulation, going back to it, really good elbow. Almost 180, and for something that looks boxy but rounded, you wouldn't expect this, especially from, like, a grunt. You get that on both sides. Let's drop the shield, and actually, I think I did have to... Yeah, I'm sorry. There is one additional stress mark. Right there at the shield connector. One. So moving the arm, you do get a full... Okay. So, as you saw, the arm can come ridiculously far forward to the point where it looks like it's broken. It's not, but if I kept it going, it would have been. It can do a full, unrestricted, albeit a tight one, 360. On both sides. Wrists are ball joints. They do everything a ball joint does. Arms go very far up. This is fantastic. Legs. This is where some people get a little upset. Me, on the other hand, it's a grunt. I'm surprised I can do this, period. Skirting can rotate out of the way. Front skirt, back skirt, don't have to worry. There is none. That's another reason why I love this. It's just straight up articulation here. Variable position hips. So there's the basic kick forward. Let's drop those down and... Oh! Somebody start playing the can-can, because this guy can do it. Outward. is tight, but it can do the full Van Damme splits. However, if you force it, it might not end very well. It did feel like something was going to try and pop. Now, this is an entire kit that has absolutely 0 polycaps in it. Very well engineered. This thing is tight. Full inner frame, no polycaps. Also has a really good ab rock. Ab crunch, decent. Full on giggity. Head Vulcan. The backpack, individually moving ball jointed thrusters. Same goes for the main thrusters back here. Thrusters everywhere. This is a high mobility suit. Then ankles, very good back, very good forward. Toe bend, fantastic. Knees, oh mama, yes. Why do I love this thing? Well, I think the answers just explain it. Everything about this is good, including the price. With this being about $40 average, there are some places you can get this for around $30. I have yet to find one that actually has them in stock. This is an absolute perfect kit for beginners. If you're just getting into Master Grade or just getting into Gunpla in general, this is perfect. All you need to build this is a set of nippers or other hobby tool. So if you're going to use a knife, make sure you wear gloves or something, or please be extremely careful so you don't end up doing what I did and reinvent the English language. There's now 5 new books of words you can't say on television. They're never coming out because I can't say them. For additional accessories, it does also include the beam saber, stored in its hip skirt. Comes out, nicely detailed. You get 2 pink beams, but only 1 blade. Or only 1, you know what I mean, handle. Goes in the hand. It's supposed to have its own, actually no, this one does not. This one just uses the generic holding hand, so let's get this put in. And let's do the shake test, shall we? Yeah, I had to get violent, and when I did, the hips dropped. That's all that happened. Oh, the hips dropped, and the upper torso came undone. It came over-clipped from a part. So it went hunchback with a full-on hunch. And getting everything reconnected is super simple. Just undo a couple armor panels, and the backpack, if you're looking to store it or move it or modify it, super easy to remove. Just pops on, pops off. Again, super strong connection though. Full weight, full drift, it's working. I cannot wait to get a bunch of these and modify them in my own personal colors. This is one kit that I will be building off of for a very long time. And it's to the point where even my brother wants to get about 3 of them for himself, so it's good. Ambidextrous shield too, so if you want everything to be a righty or a lefty, you can. Oh, except for the gun. But hey, 4 out of 5, not bad. Articulation's a solid 10. Detailing, pretty good. Looks, color could be better, but aside from that, 9 out of 10. Buy the kit. Seriously. I got this locally at a local Barnes & Noble a year ago on Christmas. Well, near Christmas, I should say. And I have not regretted it. At all. There should be some coming in to the USA Gundam store by January, and that's probably not going to last long, especially if my brother and I have anything to do with it. We'll probably just clean them out. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave your comments in the comments section down below. I would be more than happy to answer any questions you may have, any bashing ideas you may have, any color scheme tips you have. Anything you want to know, I will tell you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.